Hi, everyone, and welcome. So, as you can see or maybe hear, the weather's not that great today. There's no, recording in the woods. It was the same thing yesterday. There was barely any sun, but now, we're getting rain, and from now until probably either Sunday or Monday, if the weather stuff that I saw, on my phone is right, we're going to be getting a mixture of like rain and sleet and snow all the way throughout. So, yeah, it's whatever I upload throughout this time, it's just probably going to be me here in my car because, there's no going to the woods with weather like this, my friends. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is something that we need to be more accustomed to learn how to understand why some of these things happen in our lives, whatever they are. The challenges and the issues that arrive throughout a person's life. And here's what happens that we fail to see. Most of the time, it takes us a long time to learn these things. And by the time we get older, we figure this out. But, when we're younger, it's not so easy and we don't accept things very well. It's part of what being young and naive means because we still have a lot to learn when we're, in our early 20s and stuff. It takes time. So what happens is people don't realize and don't understand that these changes that happen in our lives, if you miss the last video that I posted where I talk about change, go check that one out. It's a pretty good one. But what happens is every ending on someone's life, every ending is a new beginning. That's what it is. That's what it's there for. This is the way that life works and operates and makes us go on a different journey, a different path. A lot of people sometimes take these things personally and they think that, it'll take them in a direction that they're not only they're not familiar with, but they're not comfortable with. But that's the whole point. That's why these things happen. So when something ends in your life, instead of looking at it like a loss, look at it like a win, because that's what that's there for. It's to make you move forward in a different direction, which most people think it's a bad thing, when in reality, it's the very opposite. These things happen for many reasons. But the biggest one is to put that change there so that you can become a better person. You can learn, you can grow, you can evolve. That's what it is for. That's exactly what it is for. Like there's no other way to put it. When we're still learning about life, we take so many things the wrong way because we don't quite understand what's going on. People become confused, frustrated, sad, angry, all these emotions that, we humans have, all these feelings that we have. But the thing is, these things, they happen because without them happening, you're not going to become this better version of yourself that is about to flourish. This is how life works, my friends. So every ending is a new beginning. And that's all that it is for. And this new beginning is going to be a good thing. Never look at it the other way as being a bad thing. Because no matter how bad things may look on a surface level sometimes, we don't usually quite get the full picture of anything right away. Things sometimes take a little bit of time to turn out to be however it is that they're supposed to be. And then the other thing is, there's nothing wrong with having a plan, but keep in mind that most of the time throughout your life, no matter how good of a plan you have, things are never going to quite turn out the way your plan is. Because that's not how the universe works. It's never worked that way and never will. And that's not to say that, people won't achieve their goals and, do whatever they dream of doing, all these things. Not at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can be the most, perfect planning type of person, but you're going to learn the hard way, one way or another, that no matter how well you plan to do something, things are not going to quite turn out the way you think they are, based upon your plan. That's all I'm saying. So what happens is we have to live our lives for a while to begin to learn to adapt to things, to these things that happen in our lives, the curveballs that are thrown at us, the detours and pathways that open up when something ends and then something new begins. So never look at it at something that ends or ended as something bad that happened in your life. You're allowed to feel a certain way about things because, we're human. We feel things, right? We're emotional beings at the end of the day. But what you have to understand is that things end and then new things come. New things happen. New things flourish. And that is the process of life in a nutshell. Extremely simple for anyone with half a brain to understand. That's life. That's how life is. That's how life will always be for every single person on the face of this earth. It's that old story, people come, people go, things like that. Places change. People move from one place to another, one job to another, one relationship to another. All of these things are there and they're happening constantly, in some cases for a lot of people, because it's part of the learning process. That's all that it's there for. So when we lose something near and dear to us, the first reaction that we usually have is sadness, grief, anger, all of these things, right? Anxiety, confusion. A lot of people will feel unloved. But you see, that's the mistake that most people do, that they don't understand that, we got to stop looking for these things outside of ourselves. These things are never going to come from outside of ourselves. They are a part of you. They're always going to be a part of you. They're always going to be with you throughout your whole life. So until a person truly learns the real meaning of self-respect and self-love, they're never going to find these things outside of themselves. That's not how it works. And that old cliche phrase, you attract what you are, has never been so true, because that's how it works. Just like that other phrase a lot of people like to throw around, you are what you eat, right? If you're not, if you don't care what you're putting into your body, the things that you are consuming, ingesting, and what it does to you, that's going to be a problem later down the road. When we're young, that won't matter much, because the body can take a beating. I mean, look at Ozzy and the things that he went through, right? The body can take a beating. But as we begin to age, certain things will happen based upon how we're treating our temple, our body, because our body is a temple for this holy vessel that you carry within, which is your spirit, your soul, your spark of the creation itself. That was 11:11 on the clock there. But anyway, I think I said enough for this one. So we just have to learn and understand that when things end, that's not the end. It's a new beginning. And that's what it's there for. So always keep that in mind and close to your heart. And know that at the end of the day, everything is going to be okay. It may not look that way right now, but you have to know and have the understanding and the confidence that you're always going to be taken care of, protected, and have all that you need, because that is your birthright after all. We have to learn how to change our perspective on things and see things always through the lights of and lenses of positivity, because that makes a huge difference in life. Because the longer you remain perpetuating this doom and gloom scenario in your life, and you keep these negative things to keep you in that state of mind, state of being, state of feeling, things are not going to get better. So we just need to know that everything happens for a reason, and the reason why these things happen is for that. It's to make changes to our lives that in the long run, they're going to make you much better off than you were before. And that's all that there is. That's life. And I'm going to end it at that. So remember, every ending is a new beginning. It's an opportunity to open your eyes and see that there's a new road ahead of you now. So go into that without fear, without doubt, without uncertainty, knowing that that's the right way to go. That's it. Okay, my friends? So with that said, much love to you all. If you like the video, don't forget to click the like button, share, subscribe. It helps the channel grow and reach more people. And I will catch you all on the next one. Take care, be safe. Until then, later.